Hey, welcome to this Windows channel, and I wanted to do a little special video just to talk about 20 years of Hotmail. Incredible, but it's a little more in reality because a small company that was called Hotmail. That company was a Sunnyvale-based company in California, and they had, of course, started a service of email online. And Microsoft, so that's in 1996. And on December 29th, 1997, what really was a revolution, Bill Gates decided that Microsoft needed to buy that company. $450 million back then. That was the biggest transactions a company on the internet had ever done. And pretty amazing. And it actually started the whole thing. So this is what it looked like close to that era. Things have changed, eh? So basically, one of the things about Hotmail was that it was the first time that a company offered email for free. It's the first time also that we had something new, a cloud email, basically, that you could access anywhere, and even if you didn't have internet at home, because let's face it, we're back in 1997. The internet is not even in half of the homes in 1997. It's just a small number of people, and they're using dial-up modems for most part. And there aren't a lot of people on high-speed internet back then. And of course, it changed everything because now everybody could have an email for free. They just signed in. They could go to a library or public place where there were computers to access email if you didn't have internet at home. So you could have an email for the first time. And of course, followed a lot of companies like Yahoo Mail and everything. But it really changed everything. And not just that, it started a revolution of free email because, let's face it, if you have a free email called Hotmail, and no other companies can charge for email, I mean, everybody's going to go to Hotmail. Why aren't we, going to pay for email if we have it for free with Hotmail? And of course, there's a lot of changes done over the years. There were things that are not necessarily the best idea. But over the years, the web-based email and the fact that there was more competition would, of course, change slowly everything. And Microsoft, of course, had other ideas using this email service to open up, registration for all sorts of Microsoft services and products. It moved on to MSN Hotmail when MSN, which was the Microsoft network, was kind of the brand they wanted to use at some point, which was kind of interesting. And, it evolved slowly in the year 2000s, but it was a very popular one. So in 1997, when Hotmail was bought by Microsoft, one of the things that they wanted to do were really to bring a lot of people to email. There was a competition back then. There was a service called Rocket Mail, and that became Yahoo Mail, actually. And that was the real true first offering of free web-based email. It was funded by advertising. A little bit like Hotmail. Hotmail also did that. And what was to become Yahoo Mail already had 9 million users. So, of course, Microsoft wanted to beat competition. Then it became Windows Live Hotmail at some point, especially when we approached Windows 7 times and all of that. It became in the late 2000s, early 2010s, the biggest email service in the world. Hotmail had more users than Yahoo Mail at some point. It had really surpassed everybody. And that's thanks to one very simple thing: integration of Hotmail and Windows together. When you were buying a computer with Windows, XP or Windows 7, you already had some, integration that would kind of push you to use Hotmail or use, Microsoft services rather than others. So a lot of people were pushing there. That's for sure. But the service would cost a lot of money. The infrastructure was crazy, especially for those times. They had to, make tons and tons of space to get all the email in. We're not even talking of gigabytes at the beginning of Hotmail. We're talking of megabytes. And, if you had a computer back in 1997, 98, you know how expensive hard drives were. Very, very amazing. And, of course, it became Outlook over time. This is the latest branding. One little stat: the first ever big security breach for Hotmail happened in 1999, the summer of 1999. Every single one of Hotmail's accounts, which were 50 million at the time, were potentially exposed by a bug in a script on Hotmail servers that gave access to any Hotmail account with the same password, basically. With the same password. So, kind of crazy when you think about it. So it was the first big security breach. First big security breach here. Don't mind that number, it's just a paid phone. So, anyways, one of the big email services around the world, going today and working today again. And of course, it's integrating with everything. Everything. So, whether you like it or not, this was really changed the world. If you enjoy our videos, please subscribe, give us thumbs up, and thank you so much for following us on this channel.